Massive decommitment for Alexander Ward, formerly committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's a lot going on in this situation. I'm not going to act like I know. I've heard different rumors. I've heard different things from different sources, obviously, about this commitment. The crazy part is I was one of the guys that had him on when he broke his commitment to Alabama. Yes, way back when. I know this family very well. I know his pops. I know Christian Ward, Alexander Ward, really good family. But he broke it way back. I think it had to be earlier in the year. Had him on my show when I was back working at TV at Peachtree Sports Network, and I was doing commitments and stuff. And I broke his commitment when he came on the show, along Steve Wilfong. I think some of the other 3 people did it as well. He was happy, he was excited. But it's interesting. Their GM, from what I'm hearing per source, is that they didn't take his commitment. Basically, committed whatever. But I guess they're looking for something else at that spot. And you guys got to remember, they'll send these offers out, and they look good. Okay, you can commit. And then sometimes even these college coaches, and not even coaches, sometimes college GMs, because for the upper echelon programs, they have GMs. They'll go and be like, okay, well, we're looking for something specific. And think about it. It's a lot that goes into that decision, right? You're going to be here 3 or 4 years. Do you fit our team and our scheme? Does the analytics make sense? Like, they're evaluating players at an absurd rate now. Because think about it. This is how they feed their kids and their family. And you're seeing the erraticness, basically, of college football. Look at all the coaches that got fired mid-season already. James Franklin, Penn State. Billy Napier, obviously, Florida. Brent Pry, Virginia Tech. On and on and on. So they can afford to take chances on players and then not be almost like 90%, 95% chance. And I'm not saying this kid can't play. Whoever gets him is getting a special player. You know what I'm saying? A really elite player on both sides of the ball. But I think the GM, from what I heard per sources, didn't take his commitment. And that's why it's always important. I always tell recruits, anyone that follows me, always make sure, bro, your offer is committable. If it ain't committable, it ain't a real offer. And sometimes you can get a committable offer and they change their mind. We're going to probably see a lot of that happening on now. Players committed, whatever, they decommit because the offer is no longer valid, quote unquote. But again, that is what I heard per sources. I'm not reporting that, but that is what I heard. Again, I'll have to get some clarification about what happened, but I've heard 3 or 4 sources have basically confirmed this to me and said that's kind of the scenario of what happened and why he decommitted. Nonetheless, as I said, this kid's a stud. Has 23 offers practically anywhere in the country. He's originally from, obviously, Georgia, played at Carrollton before transferring to, obviously, Walton, and then going down to IMG Academy this year. Kid balled last year for the Walton Raiders on both sides of the ball. Shut down corner, 6 foot plus, athletic, speed, demon. But his offers as it stands right now, Tennessee, Georgia, Texas A&M, LSU, Michigan, North Carolina, Indiana, South Carolina, Florida State, Colorado, and Georgia Tech. The 2 teams to watch, I think, currently right now, Colorado. His brother just committed to, obviously, Colorado in the bus and Coach Prime in the 2026 class. So that's something to watch. Loves his brother. Definitely could see him playing alongside him again in college. And then I'm going to go ahead and say Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech has been high on Alexander Ward for a while. They've had him for game day visits. This relationship started early and all that good stuff. Now, it just depends because I believe that Ward's a guy that probably wants to play SEC ball. He's just that special, you know what I'm saying? But it depends on what he's wanting and what he's looking for. He can fit any scheme, play really any position defensively in terms of the cornerback role, slot, boundary, doesn't matter. Swiss Army nice. But it'd be interesting to see kind of where he lands, and I think now you'll probably see him take his time with the process. Make sure he evaluates fully and thoroughly and go to a team that actually wants him. So again, it's not the end of the world. It's still early in this recruitment class. Yes, they just did on 300 recruiting rankings, but this class has a long way to go. You still got junior days. You still got, obviously, unofficial visits in the spring, official visits, obviously, in the summer, and then, when players are committing. But it ain't official until next December when they sign on the dotted line. A long way to go. So this kid will be fine. I wouldn't stress if I was him. I know his pops probably ain't stressing it. He'll be good to go, man. But that's just my reaction. I think he'll be fine. He'll land at one of these top schools. You can bet your hat on that.